Right, I'm at the stage now where we've got the glass. There it is. It's a toughened glass 4mm, which is going to go on top of the solar panel here. And I'm in a bit of a dilemma at the moment. The glass is going to fit on top, obviously, and the idea was we would have this angled white plastic. It's a sort of like a hollowed out section which is used for fascias and things like that on houses. And the idea is it'll go on something like that. Now the issue I have is let me see if I can go from the corner here. If I put this here, you can see it. Let me pull that across a minute. It does cover a lot of the solar panel, the overlay of this. So ideally, I'd like to bring it out like that. If you see what I mean, I don't know how well I'm picking that up. So what I need to do is to pack out this side of the framework here. So this part here doesn't overlap onto the panel so much. And as you're well aware, I've already emphasized how heavy it is. So I think we're just going to make it a little bit heavier, and I'm going to put some timbers on the side here just to bring out the framework a bit. So that's where we're at the moment. So a quick run on what I'm going to do is we're basically going to silicone the glass onto this woodwork here, just ordinary silicone. Then this will go on and it'll be fixed tightly there onto the sides here. I got the correct nails and things for that, so I'll crack on with that. And I'll show you what it all looks like when it's done. Right, we've more or less finished all the construction of this now. I've put 3 layers of varnish on there and it's all sealed around the edges. This is the back side, obviously. So we're going to flip it over and get ready to get the glass on, which is over there. And I'm going to then put this side trimming on, and the corners I'll cut 45-degree angles. So I'll flip it over and we can have a quick look at that. I think I definitely will make another one of these, and I'll make it a fraction of the weight it is, because this is just silly heavy, this is, but it's definitely built to last. There we go. Right, I'm going to put the glass on now, and I'm going to get my son at last involved in some of this. So his job is going to be to put the silicone all the way around the edge there, and then that piece of glass you see there is just going to stick on top of there, and here goes. So he's going to have a blast of that. Carry on, Zach. That's it. He's never done this before, so give him a credit there. That's it, move it along a little bit quicker, go right in the corner, push it into the corner like that, go on, press, press, press. That's what we're after, a nice bead like that then. I don't know if you can see that, there we go. All the way around. Oh, that's okay. Right, we've got the silicone round the side, and now what I decided to do in the end is I put an extra bead around so that glass will be really sealed in well. So we'll crack on with it. We'll quite a good moment this is. It's going to be all properly sealed in now. So that bit of glass is going to go straight on here, and I'm a bit concerned because my hands feel a bit slippy with all that silicone on there. So I'm just going to take my time with this. Here we go. Oh my gosh. And there we go. Gotta carefully place that on. See if my measuring was any good. And there we go. It's in, and it sits nicely in between that extra bit of wood I put there and the original frame. And the only downside is I know for a fact we'll never be able to get in there again, so that is in for good now. You can see the silicone bead there spreading out nicely. I'm just going to get a bit of tissue to wipe there. Just going to pull it a bit that way. Right. So, that up there. Starting to look as something like a solar panel now. Right, yeah, we'll get a bead of silicone around there, and we'll get the plastic tree. Alright, Zach's putting another bead of silicone around that outside bit of the frame, so that will seal the trim onto there as well. We are going to nail it on there, I'll show you that in a sec. Do you want to come, are you right from that side? Mm-hmm. That's no good, Zach. Look at the big gaps you're leaving. You just stop when you get to the end then. Press that button now. Right, we've put additional silicone all the way around the edge, and I've also put 2 beads along the sides as well. So now we'll put our plastic trim in, and then I'm going to use some nails wherever I put them, all over here. It'll also be nailed into the side, this plastic trim with these little nails. If I can find out how to open them. They're little stainless steel nails with the plastic heads. And have a look what they look like. So they'll go through the trim into this bit of wood here. So we'll get the trim on first. And I've paid special attention to really silicone around the pipes as well. So you got a double load, so we've really gone to town with the siliconing on here. So here it goes, let's get these on. Right, we've got something that looks like it resembles a solar panel now. I'm quite pleased with that. So just a couple of small jobs left. I'm just going to seal up the corners so we get a nice tight join there, just with some white silicone. And I'll probably put an extra little bead just around
where the plastic trim meets the edge there. And the other little thing I've done, which may interest you, is I found out the optimum angle for the solar panel for each time of the year. So eventually I'll also make up a bracket that can adjust to these particular angles then, so we get the most efficiency out of the panel. So that will be the next little thing. And then the other little thing I may do as well is because I bored you to death with the fact that this is quite heavy, but I'll make more or less an identical one again. I think I'll make a very similar dimensions, similar amount of piping, etc. And I'm going to try to see if I can nearly half the weight of this one. So perhaps I'll weigh this and then we'll make another one. There's nothing wrong with the weight, it's just cumbersome because it's so heavy. So we'll try to do that, and eventually when they're up and running we can see if one is more efficient than the other. So that can be something to look forward to in the near future. So I'll just do the final little tidy ups of that, and then with the siliconing and things like that, and I'll show you what it looks like. Right, there we go, it's all done. My very first solar panel, and I'm quietly pleased with it, but like I said at the very beginning, it's just my interpretation of the way of doing it. And if you've learned something, great, or and by all means, please feel free to comment, and if you've got any good suggestions or anything like that, I'm quite open to criticism, and we'll just wait for the weather to warm up. It's actually snowing at the moment, so once spring has sprung and we're into summer, hopefully we'll get some results off this. And as we can see now, everything's finished off, all the corners just nicely finished off. I did that with a white silicone just so it would look pretty more than anything else. So I'm quite excited. I will make that sort of framework adjustable angle thing, so we optimize it as much as possible. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, and like I said, I'll make an identical one, very similar dimensions. I won't go through all the process with it so much, but I'll just highlight a few points, and we'll see how that works with regards to efficiency, if it works just as well as this one. And the main emphasis on that was obviously just to make a much lighter version of this one. Okay, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the near future for the next ones. Thanks.